Hello and welcome to Chair Yoga. For the next couple of videos that I'll post, we're going to do the practices in our sneakers. I wanted to demonstrate that the sneakers can add an element of stability or balance for us when we're practicing. But keep in mind, it can also limit our movement in the feet, especially in the ankles. So let's observe those things in our next practices. Starting today, we sit tall and we come to the breath. And maybe you glance down or close your eyes for a moment and just scan the body. How do your eyes feel, your cheeks and your jaw? How about your neck? Notice the shoulders and where they might be. Notice your arms and your hands. Become aware of your core body as you breathe here. Not changing anything, just becoming a witness to what happens when we breathe. Notice the heaviness of your sit bones in the chair. Check in with your legs, your hips, your knees, your ankles. And finally, notice the feet inside your shoes. And then open the eyes and let's take our hands up with a nice big inhale. Wiggle the fingers and bring them down. We're going to bring the hands in front of the heart, pressing palm to palm here. And we want to press so we feel something in the front of the chest. And then we'll reach those hands forward and take one hand up and one hand down, sitting just a little taller. Exhale, bring them back nice and long in front of you and bring the hands back to the heart. Outward. Now the opposite hand's going to go up, the opposite hand going down. So the hands are stretching in opposite directions. And we bring them together in front of us and back to the heart. Let's connect that to our breath. We inhale here. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale as you reach. Exhale, bring them back and inhale them in. Just alternating what hand goes up and the other goes down. And then we reverse it. Other hand up and then back out in front and into our heart. One more time on each side. Give it a nice stretch here. Back to center and in. Out, stretch, back and in. And then release those hands down. And let's turn our heads from one side, center, to the other side. And as you do this, just notice your neck. If you have any pain, you stop or you just don't go as far, right? And let's bring it back to center. Now tilt one ear towards the shoulder and feel the stretch on the opposite side. And bring it back to center and let's do it in the other direction. And then bring it back to center. Once again, turn one way, center, turn the other way, and center. Very nice. Let's bring the hands down at our side, mountain in the chair, and we'll roll our shoulders 3 or 4 times in one direction, and then 3 or 4 times in the other direction. And then bring the hands up and claw. So you want to see, I hope you can see in the video here, I'm bending just at the joints of the fingers, and then stretch them out again. And stretch them out one more time. And stretch them out. Arms come up. We sit a little taller and we reach out to one side straight up now and the other side. Inhale as you reach. Exhale as you release. And then float the hands down to your waist. Let's lift the heels and lower them. Now here we can start to really notice how the shoes make a difference in our practice. And then lift one leg, lower it, lift the other. And now lift and kick it out, bring it back and down. Lift it, kick it out, back and down. We're not really marching, we're moving. We're moving mindfully through the joints of the body. Last one, and then lower it down. Once again, lift your heels, up and down. Now let's tap the toes. Tap, 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 tap. Good. Lift one leg out to the side. Place your hand or forearm there. As we take side angle, we look forward and we lean sideways, taking an arm up over our ear. Just reach out here. Breathe into it. And then take the arm into a couple of circles in one direction. And then a couple of circles in the other direction. And then hold at the top. Breathe in. Exhale, release. We turn now to the side of the chair. And one knee is down towards the earth. So we come to the edge of the chair here so that this leg on the outside is free to move. And you're just going to push it back and bring it in. So you're using the knee and the ankle here. Now notice how you have less range when you have sneakers on, right? I do. Let's add the arm. We reach it out and we bring it in. Reach it and bring. So the knee and the elbow bend and then they reach out and straighten. And then we'll reach out and we'll hold that and we'll look in that direction, maybe look a little higher, supporting ourselves again on the opposite thigh. And then bend the knee, but bring the arm up close to your ear and let's take a lateral stretch here as we lean towards the back of the chair. Notice how the breathing moves the core of the body. And then inhale, lift up and release it. On the exhale, stepping both feet to the front. Let's lift those heels again. And lift the toes. We'll do that on the other side. We'll step out. We'll come to the edge, be supported, and then the outside knee goes towards earth, and then we push it back. It doesn't straighten completely, but we want to feel some movement in the knee, in the front of the hip, and in the ankle. And we add the arm here, reaching out and bringing it back in. One more, and we'll hold this one right here. Look a little higher. Take a few breaths. Exhale and release. Take that hand alongside of your ear and lean towards the back of your chair. The weight of the hand can enhance the stretch in the side body. And then inhale up and release that down. Once again, step one foot in, step the other foot forward. Lift the heels and lift the toes. Well done, well done. We're going to take an easy twist here. We're going to bring the hands forward and we're going to point them. So you could do, interlace your fingers and just have your index fingers pointing forward. And then we make an arc off to the side and we bring it back to center. So the only thing I'm moving is the waist. The shoulders are just kind of following along with the core of the body here. Let's take it in the other direction. So it's not a deep twist, but we feel it right around the middle, just above your belly button. And then come back to center and release that down. Give it a shake. I'm going to stand and do these same exercises standing so that you can see how the shoes might help with standing poses. But before we do that, let's do a few cat-cows. Just round the spine and then straighten the spine. And then come up nice and tall. Scoot forward a little bit. Use your glute muscles and your core muscles and stand. I'm going to move my chair off to the side. You can stand right behind your chair. I'm turning a little so that you can see. And I'll turn in the other direction in a little bit so we can get a view of both ways. So here again, we're going to bring the arms forward. I'm going to turn a little bit here so I don't hit my chair. And then we're going to open them in opposite directions at the diagonal. And then bring them back and in, out, opposite direction now. And in, out, open, close it up, bring them in, out, open, close it, and bring them in. One more time in each direction. Reach and bring it in. And reach out and open. Together and in. Now right here, elbows up, let's press into the palms and then release it. You might even release all the way out to your fingertips. Hope you can see that. Press into the palms. Notice what's happening in your core body. One more. And then down. Let's bring both hands up. Now reach out to one side, reach out to the other. And then from here, let's claw the hands like we did before, but this time open them wide and then make a fist. Open wide and claw, just changing it up a little bit. Wide, claw, wide, and fist. One more time. Wide and claw, wide and fist, and then release them down. Lift your heels. Notice now how it feels in your feet and what that does for your balance here. Just kind of observe. I can't tell you what it feels like for you, or maybe it's not good for you and you want to place a hand on the chair, right? So you do what works for you here in our practice. And then we will tap our toes. Just enough. Keep the knees soft. And pause. And because we're standing, we can rock into the ball of the foot, lift the heels, rock back, and lift the toes. Just enough to feel that body motion start to build our balance. You can hover the hand or place it on your hip. And then we pause in our mountain pose. Very nice. Now, facing the chair, we're going to come into that lunge again. Back heel can be lifted. And we're going to reach forward, and then we're going to bend that back leg a little bit and bring the elbow to knee. Reach and back and in, just like we did in the chair. Only now, we might not have as much motion in the upper body, but we can get a little more extension in that back leg. Keep the heel lifted. Working even through the ankle. Hold it here. Lift a little higher. Exhale, release, step it in, and pause. Let's just step it back again. And now we're going to circle the arm. So for this, you could place the foot down. And we're just going to circle that arm a few times. And then in the other direction. The next time the arm comes up, hold it next to your ear and lean towards that side of the body where the knee is in front, right? Right over to the side here. Let the heaviness of the arm deepen the stretch in the side body. Come on back up, release it, step it in. Let's go to the other side. Keep the heel lifted at first, both knees are bent, and then start to push that back leg a little straighter and then bend it again, a little straighter and bend it. We'll add the arm here. So we elbow in when the knee bends, elbow reaches and straightens as the leg straightens. In and out, in and out. And then we'll hold it, push that leg back and up, lift the chest a little. Exhale and release. Let's step it in, just kind of release any tension. And we'll step it back again. This time the foot can come down and we circle the arm. And circle it in the other direction. Next time it comes up, hold it there and lean sideways, getting a stretch deeper into that side of the body as you lift that arm away from the ribs. And then reach up and release, step it in, and come to mountain pose. So maybe a little more work when you're standing, or how do you feel in those shoes? Give me a comment and tell me if wearing the shoes changes anything for you in the practice today. So we're going to take an easy twist, and because we're standing, we can do a deeper twist. So separate the feet. We'll bring the hands forward like we did before. And we're going to point the index fingers. Deepen the bend in your knees. Sink your tailbone down and turn. And come back to center. To the other side. Now if you feel you don't have the balance you need, just turn with one hand and keep the other hand on the chair. Perfectly okay. And recommended if you feel that you're not stable in your sneakers here. So the twist is around the waist, right above your belly button. The hips stay forward, the chest turns just enough to follow the ribs. And then we come back and go in the other direction. The head can turn too. And then we come center. And we come back to our mountain pose here. Roll our shoulders. And roll them back and down. Good. And we'll do our cat-cow standing here. So we want to place our hands on our thighs and just lean a little bit, maybe 10, 15 degrees. Round, drop your shoulders forward, round through the back. And then lifting the chin a little forward, pull the shoulders back. And then round up slowly back to our mountain pose. I'm going to end the class standing. You may sit back in the chair if you'd like. Bring your hands together. Elbows out like we did before. We press and release. Press and release. Press and hold. Rub the palms. Glancing the eyes down or closing them. Hover those warm palms over your eyes. Stay and take 2 or 3 breaths here. And enjoy the warmth of your energy, softening the eyes and the jaw. And then open your eyes and bring your hands to your heart and bow to your body for its fabulous work today. Thank you for joining me for this yoga practice in our sneakers.